What it do, YouTube? Y'all already know. It's your boy B Hood, man. M.B.A, NTTV, Flight Rich, Custom, all that. Man, I told y'all I had a nice video for y'all, man. I'm talking about showing y'all that we had diagnosed the problem. We came with the solution, fixed it, got all that right? I had a video showing it, showing the problem, showing us fixing it, showing how you could have saved money. You know, at first I thought I was gonna have to go and buy the whole distributor, cap rotor setup, all that, just to keep from having to diagnose the problem down to the specific problem point. You know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying, I took a chance on it being what I thought it was, and it was the HEI coil change that. I had a video showing you that. I had a video showing you we was at Summit planning on getting some more parts and this and that, and I was basically gonna be out about $200-300 and end up being a $40 fix, and I really wanted to show y'all that, man. But you know, we ain't gonna dwell on that. So that was the problem with the fire, and the HEI coil was bad. So now that we got the HEI coil in there, we crunk her up. Soon as we crunk up, you know, with the old school, guess what? You gonna have problem after problem.
Oh my God!
We pretty much changed damn near everything in here new. So the things that's having the problems are the things that need to be changed. So even though it is frustrating at times, it's still fun when you know you can dissect your problem and fix it and get on to the next one. You know what I'm saying? Once you dissect all your problems and get finished with them, hey, what's gonna be the problem? You're gonna have a new build. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of times you don't expect to go all the way through a car or either have to, but I mean, it's best. And I mean, the money we put in these cars is basically like the same thing. You're going to pay for a new one, especially once you pay for a new one with the interest rate, all that. You're looking at about the same thing we put in these cars. Some less, a lot of these cars less, but it's okay if we want to put that amount of money in these cars. Anyway, so we got the HEI coil in, we got it back cranking up and everything. And as soon as we got it back cranking up, the next problem we ran into was my carburetor choke was sticking. I think it maybe still is.
Oh no.
So we took some carburetor cleaner, cleaned it off good. But the day we cleaned it off good, after the carburetor was sticking, when I went to fire back up, it fired up good, cut it off. It was still, carburetor choke still sticking. So we cleaned it off again. And then once I looked like I got the choke from sticking, I cut it off and tried to cut it back on, nothing. Like it's doing now, man. So I had some problems with my neutral safety switch before when I was taking the seats and everything out, getting the console and stuff prepared. You know what I'm saying? Which I gotta finish that too. I was having problems with my neutral safety switch. I don't think it's gone all the way out right now, but that's something we about to have to check now, since when you turn the key you get nothing. I doubt it's gonna be my starter. Like, we're not getting no firepower to the, we're not getting no firepower basically. So I need to check the neutral safety switch. I need to check my ignition switch, and I also, like I say, the starter, but I know for a fact my starter good. I thought my starter had went bad a while back. It just didn't have good ground, this and that. You know what I'm saying? Good power. You know what I'm saying? I got everybody headers are not wrapped. So all that heat down there was melting and making my wire stick to a certain body part. But we got all that right. So it's not the starter, man. So today, sorry about that. I'm tired, man. It's early. It's real early. It's like 7 or 8 in the morning. But anyway, we get that, what I was saying? My bad, y'all. There's so much on my mind. But yeah, we get that neutral safety switch and its ignition switch checked out right now. I'm gonna let y'all see. Like I said, first when we first changed the HEI car, she was cranking up perfect, everything, and we found out we had a carburetor choke problem. Carburetor choke was sticking. So okay, when we was working on fixing that, we're not sure that we fixed it yet, but we had a good idea that we fixed it. And then the ignition switch, or the neutral safety switch, went out. So we got to get this fixed, man, so I can get back playing with baby. I can put all our interior parts back in. We can go to the ring. Blase. Like I said, spring summer ain't waiting on nobody. Y'all stay tuned, man. I'm going to show y'all a video later on. After I fuck with this neutral safety switch, we get it back running, get the choke from sticking. And I go get some gas or whatever. We'll cruise in a little bit, let y'all see something. Let me show y'all this switch, man. This switch is bad. This switch is bad. Look it's not saying nothing. And you can feel it, like you can feel it, like the tension in the switch like this. Look at it when it's hard to turn. So when you can feel the tension in the switch like that, most of the time it's gonna be the neutral safety switch right over the steering wheel. I said neutral safety switch, my bad. Most of the time it's gonna be the ignition switch right over your steering wheel on the old school car. If it ain't your neutral safety switch, like I say. But if it's your neutral safety switch, you could basically slowly try to crank the car over while switching gears, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta watch it till that motherfucker wheel fuck around and do something, man. I can set that too, though. So we finna do that, man. Y'all see what it's doing. We're gonna get back to y'all later when we check that out and see what we get from it. What it do, YouTube. Y'all already know. I'm back, baby, I'm back. And as soon as I drop this steering wheel down to check the ignition switch, I know my neutral safety switch, which is right here. The neutral safety switch needs some touching up too. You know, it was angled off. You see, hold on. You see it got a little slack and I gotta fix that, put that pin in there tighter. Anyway, you see, I was having that problem at first, but that was a while ago. It's been holding up ever since, you know, we're getting power down there. But if you guys can zoom in, let me zoom in. If you can see, look at that spring. That spring does not supposed to be there. And it's jamming it up. Let me see if y'all can see that. You see that spring down there? That spring is not where it's supposed to be, causing this hammer, well, my finger, y'all can see. This hammer right here, it goes in as you try to crank the car. For those of you who don't know, as you turn your switch, this little rod gonna go in as you turn the switch forward. So as you turn the switch forward and it click the first time, that's to your accelerator, ACC. You know what I'm saying? Then, the first click is for that on your switch. So when you turn your switch right here forward one time, look at the rod. See how the rod is trying to push in? But that spring has came out. And that's funny because I bought this ignition switch maybe only a month or two ago. And I haven't driven the car that much. And I know I haven't turned the switch forward or turned it off or turned it forward enough. I haven't played with it enough for it to break. And I bought this ignition switch from Advanced Auto. No, I'm lying. Don't let me get the line on Advanced Auto. I bought this from CarQuest, like some shit. So I don't know if it's CarQuest part, because when I bought this ignition switch from CarQuest, I actually had to put my original prong, like that metal piece, that little metal piece right there that holds the adapter right there, the black part. The metal piece that holds the black part, that metal piece is the original one that came on the car when I had it. So, when I got it. So I had to put that metal prong piece onto the adapter that I bought, because the prong piece that came with the adapter I bought was backwards. Basically, it was fitted for that side, or either it was fitted upside down. So it was no way I could hook it up like it was supposed to be with that metal prong being upside down, because then the switch would be sitting the opposite way. If you get what I'm saying, it wouldn't have the adapter to screw in and stay tight. The switch would be sitting up the other way. So I had to do some little modifications on it when I bought it new. But I'm pretty sure I didn't mess up no internals by taking that metal prong off, because I made sure I was precise with it. But as you can see, what has happened, that prong has got off that metal prong has came apart from the adapter because of the spring. See that spring? The spring came apart, so I got to put that spring back where it goes, and then I can mash this over. Let me see if y'all can see me mash it over. You see that? All right, well, it's not moving now. Yeah, it's not moving. I got to switch forward anyway. And as you can hear, my switches and everything was on. You can hear the power as the switch was turned forward. And basically, you hear it now. You see that? It's hanging up down there. Now you basically see how the spring moved? It was positioned a different way. Now the spring moves. See, now it probably cranks. because it can get, see, you can get into its space. Did you see that? You see how I'm making that spring move with turning the switch? So that's what we got to fix, man. Hopefully I can fix this one without having to go buy it. But even if I have to go buy it, the part was only like $18, $19 when I bought it last time. Hopefully this time I can find it at a different place. That way it matches completely if I need it. But like I say, we'll let y'all know if I needed to buy a new one. If I have to buy a new one, when the video comes back, it's going to show you me buying the new one. It's going to show you me replacing it. It's hopefully going to show you me cranking this thing up. Ain't no hopefully, man. You know, we got heavy confidence over here. We know what we're doing, but it's all a project. It's all an experience. So, man, when I come back, if I do have to buy an ignition switch, when we come back, I would already have that for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to get it put in. We're going to get back running. If I don't have to buy an ignition switch, which I really hope I don't have to buy, because I've fixed a lot of things a lot of times without having to purchase a new one right off. I mean, a lot of times people don't understand what a budget bill is. You know, if I had the money to just go buy the new part, or if I had the money just to go replace something every time I found out what the problem was, instead of diagnosing what the problem is inside of that part or the combination that comes along with that part, then I would be spending a lot more money than what I'm doing. So we're going to try to fix this one. And like I said, if we can't, we're going to be back, baby. If we can't fix this one, we're going to be back, baby, with the new one. And if we get the new one and put it on, I'm going to crank it up a ticket to the gas station, let y'all get a little cruise with me, see what it do with me. M.B.A. NTTV, Flavors Race, Flavors Custom. Zoom on in for y'all. Yeah, that spring got to come out. Really, it's got to go back in, but we got to take it out. First, we got to unplug the adapter wires, unscrew those metal prongs right there, as so. You know what I'm saying? Those metal prongs right there. And once we unplug the wires, unscrew them, we can fix that adapter. Try to put that spring back where it goes and make sure this rod right there lines up in that space where it's supposed to line up, where it can turn the car over and push the ignition forward. We'll be back, y'all. Video for y'all. What's up? Man, I wasn't even gonna buy it today. I came on and got this ignition switch. Y'all check this out, right? I got the ignition switch because first off, the one I had on there, I had replaced, but when I replaced it, I had to take some stuff apart for the adapter. Excuse me, sorry about that. But I had to take this metal prong off. This adapter on the piece I bought, this ain't the piece I bought, this was the original one. But the adapter right here on the piece I bought was upside down. So it was causing, when I flip it, it was causing these pieces to be wrong. And basically, the forward motion would be backwards. So when you're trying to crank the car, you really would be turning the switch backwards. So it wouldn't work. So I had to take the adapter piece off and put the original prong on it. When I did that, right? Let me show you something. Look, one second. When I did that, right? Okay. Y'all look. This rod, this spring right here, it moved this. You know what I'm saying? When you turn your key forward, it meshes in the spring and it moves this adapter piece right here to the forward motion, to the fullest forward motion it can, and let it know to crank the car, right? Which what makes it do this, a little metal rod goes up through here. Now that metal rod that goes up through there, it fits perfectly in there, right? This metal prong that sits on the back of this plate, right? I'm sure how it go though. Get everything back, right? Now this metal prong that goes on the back of here, that would be what holds that rod smoothly up through here. That hole right there is where you will place the rod on the top and the bottom. See, bottom hole, top hole. That rod gonna go up through there, and this metal plate tight up against its back is what keep that rod from having any space to move. It keep that rod from having any leverage. It keep that rod from having any slack in it. You know what I'm saying? And so when that rod start getting slack in it, you know, it should be working fine. Like I said, shit, as soon as we put the HEI, as soon as I replaced the HEI distributor, I wish I could have still had that video. I told y'all they deleted it, but once I replaced that HEI distributor and we crunk her back up, everything was running fine. We crunk her up, cut off. We drove her a day or two, crunk her up, cut off. We drove her for like 2 or 3 days, and then all of a sudden go back out there one day, try to crank her. She crunk up, cut it off, and then I was fucking with the choke because I had to fix the carburetor choke sticking, like I told you. So once I think I got the carburetor choke from sticking, I go back in the car to crank it up, and I could feel like when I turned the switch, it felt different. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't loose. When I turned the switch, it had more tension in it, like something was sticking, something was getting in the way or whatever. So we turned it off, turned it back on, nothing. Can't get nothing. And like I told y'all, I was dealing with the neutral safety switch at one time too. But I know that it still should be functional the way I got it. You know what I'm saying? So it brought me to this, the ignition switch. It's over the column. And like I say, with them old cars, this part of the switch with them old cars, like on the Cutlass, this part right here, when it turns, well, on any car, when it turns forward, but on the newer cars, it has a different adapter piece, and the rod is way different. It has a different locking mechanism on the steering wheel hub in the inside. But anyway, like I say, when you turn the switch forward, that rod goes forward and backwards. So with me having to fabricate this metal piece, I didn't do it tight enough. If I could have got it tight enough, it probably would have worked longer. Like I said, I had just bought the piece a month ago, and I'm already having to change it again. But this one is it's supposed to be the perfect size, perfect fit. And we at Advanced Auto Part, we done changed out the piece. We got the right piece now, the exact piece that was. Only different was that metal prong right there. That's how it would have had to be for it to be right on the other piece. But now that we got the right piece, it's perfect. So the other piece, it worked perfectly. Only thing with the other piece, you just couldn't attach the bracket. See them two, three screw. You see them 2-3 screw holes. You couldn't attach the bracket. So on the other piece, we couldn't use it. You know, we weren't gonna try to fabricate it like we did last time. That was the problem when you took the metal part out, made it loose. That's why it didn't last for like a month or two with the give and take on this turning and cranking and uncranking. Anyway, we'll be back out. We're gonna put that new piece on. Then I gotta fix that carburetor choke. Next, we on to the carburetor choke stick. Y'all stay tuned.